Mm. What a beautiful week this is. I have a little forecast that I want to share mm, for this Mother's Day week and weekend. Thank you for receiving this gift. Thank you for saying yes to this gift. My name is Myrah Penaloza, and part of the mini hats that I wear is I teach Kundalini Yoga. And some of you may or may not know this, the brand, it was kind of concepted through the practice of these teachings. And I'm so happy that I get to weave it together and really share in a way that helps bring the resonance of the intention behind the sacred life and the sacred design of life. So happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there, and happy Mother's Day to your mothers, and happy Mother's Day to the planet. Happy Pachamama Day. We are going to kind of explore a little bit of a meditation together. This meditation is done with a mantra and is done in a posture, in a pose with a mudra. For those who don't know anything about Kundalini Yoga, we tend to use sound, and sound can look like and be heard like a mantra, a chant, a song. And we also use mudras, which are hand positions with our fingers. And we use asana, postures, poses in the physical body. So we'll move in a particular angle and hit particular things. And then of course we always have breath. And then the breath just kind of helps move our own personal vitality and our personal life force and optimize it so that we have more energy and we can leverage some of the healing that needs to happen. So today I kind of want to share a little bit of some beautiful aspects that are going to be happening this week for Mother's Day week. And I'm going to speak about, well, March 8th is in my homeland, my home territory, Mexico, is Mother's Day on the 8th, and on the 9th we have a really beautiful connection of a conjunction. That Sun is conjunct to Uranus, and there's going to be a lot of vitality, a lot of life force expansion, a lot of kind of just adding some excitement with unexpected surprises. Uranus is the planet of just kind of the unexpected, the unforeseeable events, and the sun kind of brings life to it. It gives it this kind of experience of taking your life and looking at it from a new perspective, and even potentially taking different routes, choosing something different, and kind of also brings about these kind of unconventional thought processes, like things that you wouldn't normally think about. And it can also be a bit unstable and kind of shake things up for us. But we kind of like it. And what kind of helps us move through the shakeup is the season that we're in. And we're in this Taurus season. And this Taurus season is really going to help us trust and lean into this kind of new and unexpected reality that is kind of showing up for us. And it's kind of also it's going to give us great new insights and new wisdom to also experience. And on the 12th, so a few days later, we have Venus that is sextile to this Mercury that we have in retrograde, which is also in Taurus. And it's really kind of it's going to ignite a little bit of a relationship to how we communicate, a relationship to how we speak in a very loving way. And we're going to actually have a sense to want to speak more lovingly, a sense to want to be more loving. So, because Venus is all things beautiful, love, and Mercury kind of governs our communication. So, and because it's in retrograde, it's going to help us kind of go inward with that communication, inward with our own self-love potential, and inward with kind of how we relate to ourselves and love ourselves more and speak in that way, and be more mindful of how people are speaking and what they're saying and what's trying to be communicated and what's trying to be delivered through their own sound. And even the environment, you're gonna want to kind of listen to the environment, to the spaces that surround you, right? If it's in a cafe, you're gonna kind of want to like hear what's kind of happening, and it's gonna be a really beautiful kind of experience to tap into. There's a lot of feeling of love. There's a lot of communicating with love, and you want to be more creative and more artistic, and kind of show appreciation through gratitude. Going to be kind of this innate self-expression that's going to come through in those aspects. So, with that being said, we are also going to want to feel into what you pay attention to, and and that will be through people's voices, like I mentioned earlier, including your own. Now, during this day, Mercury in retrograde really again takes you within, and Venus is the ruler of this Mercury in retrograde. So really allow yourself, because it's in Taurus and Venus rules Taurus, really allow yourself to be in that nurturing, loving sense of communing with yourself, right? With your soul, with your spirit, with your true essence, with your satna, right? With your true name. Venus is also trying to Saturn on the 13th, and I like to share a lot about the number 13 in my teachings. I do offer lunar workshops through a platform called Life Kick, and I always kind of like to talk about the significance of 13. I've also shared a little bit of that on some posts. So you're really kind of taking love, and your financial flow and the pleasures in your life a little bit more serious, because Venus is trying to Saturn, and Saturn is kind of this wisdom. It's this mentor planet. It teaches us, and Venus is this love, right? So how we relate to that bigger love frequency that we all come from, that we're all made from. And the thing about Saturn is that Saturn makes things more real. And it's about reality and what reality teaches us, and also about what Saturn can teach us if we're open to receive the teachings. And we're really kind of being mentored right now in this time period. So either through your creative process, or through actually being mentored by a person or someone who might be a little bit older than you, there's going to be kind of this mentorship experience that is going to be coming through. And with Venus trying to Saturn, there's this yearning for more compassion and companionship. So this kind of partnership, relationship, or connecting, just for the sake of feeling more grounded in your body, where you can talk about deeper matters, but also still have fun, right? Not be so serious about the deeper matters, right? Not be so, "Oh, this should be hard, or this should be that." And another thing that I do want to remind us all is that Mercury does station direct on the 14th, and it'll station direct in Taurus. And there's going to be this kind of lifting of freedom. It's at 5 degrees, and five is kind of this number of change, of options, of liberty, of choices, of having the freedom to choose. Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I go forward? Do I go back? Do I go up? Do I go down? And so it's going to give us this leverage to just really kind of feel a sense of freedom. So that's kind of the forecast for this Mother's Day week. Try to leverage those days. I will leave with you a meditation. This meditation is a beautiful meditation. I'm going to open it up to it from my little teaching manual here. And this meditation is really about the glandular system and how to balance our endocrine system, especially as mamas. We are going to work with the hypothalamus. So the only way we can really move the hypothalamus is through sound. So we will be creating sound through our voice by moving our tongue and opening up our lips. And we kind of really want the energy to just kind of move and recalibrate any stagnation, any blockages in the heart, any blockages in the throat, any blockages in the mental faculties, right? So that the mental faculties can really discern and drop into the heart faculties, so that we can make choices that are more in line with the frequency that we want to uphold, and then what we want to connect to more in this life. right? So this meditation is a hissing meditation for the glandular system. So we're going to be working with the mantra, which is called Ad Sach. So it sounds like this: Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hebe Sach, Nanak Hosi Be Sach. I'm going to do my best to play the mantra so that you can hear it in the background and start to kind of mimic this sound. The posture is really simple. We're going to sit in easy pose. You can always do an exercise. You can pause this and you can do a little exercise, a little warm up so that you can get the body moving and then go into the meditation, or you're welcome to go into it right now. If you are pregnant or menstruating, this is totally perfect for the state that you're in now. And if you're not, still just as potent, still just as perfect. So we're going to sit in easy pose with the chest open forward, and we're going to bring the left hand at the level of the heart. So the left hand is at the level of the heart, palm is flat, elbow is slightly out, so not like this, slightly out so that the hand is in alignment with the heart. So it's almost like you're resting it on the shelf. Okay, the palm is facing down, the forearms are parallel to the ground, and then the right hand is in this kind of Christ mudra. We call it the Christ mudra because in any type of I guess AD Renaissance art, you will see kind of the depiction of Christ in this mudra. So we call it Christ mudra. It's also the peace mudra. So in Kundalini Yoga, we call it the Christ mudra. So we kind of lean towards this Christ consciousness in terms of compassion and love. You know, he knew that he came from stardust. And so let's remember that we come from that same stardust. So we're here in this Christ mudra. And we're basically bringing this mudra in alignment with the earlobe, right? So it's just the earlobe to here. Yeah. And we keep the fingers together. And then we allow ourselves to kind of just lean in towards a nice structure of balance as we stack the vertebrae one upon the next. The fingers are stiff and they are straight. Okay. So this is what the mudra looks like. Now, before we get into the mudra, we'll do a nice little tune in. We'll tune in and we ask permission during this tune in. We ask permission to receive the teachings, to receive the wisdom, and to allow the practice to be in congruency with our higher purpose. Okay. So we always ask permission to participate in these teachings, to grab the wisdom, to grab the energy. And the way we do that is through tuning in with a mantra. And the mantra is called the Adi mantra. And it sounds like this: Ong, O-N-G, Namo, Gurudev, Namo. And we chant this very lovingly. And we chant it from a place of reverence, from a place of humbling, from a place of feeling grateful, a sense of appreciation for that which is our birthright to experience. Okay, so let's bring the hands together, rub them, create a little bit of heat. And as you rub them together, you create a little bit of heat. You close the eyes and you sit up nice and tall and you connect to your intention, you connect to the blessing. You know, to you, to your mother, to your mother's mother, to the first mother. All right. And we press the palms together firmly at the heart space. And we take a deep breath, inhale through the nose. And just hold the breath in here for a moment and just assess where we are physically, assess where we are mentally, and assess where we are emotionally. And then we exhale. And we inhale again, and this time we'll tune in very lovingly. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Namo. Om Namo Namo. Inhale deep and exhale completely. And just very gracefully rest the hands on top of the knees with the palms facing up, bringing the thumb and the index to touch very naturally, dropping into the frequency, dropping into the subtle adjustments and the subtle recalibration of what the sound provided for us to connect to that golden chain of wisdom that has come before, way before, all the way back to the indigenous soul. We're going to inhale and we're going to exhale. And then we're going to move into the mudra as we open the eyes. We're going to move into the mudra, into the posture. And bring the left hand in front of the heart and the right hand into this Christ mudra. And we're going to have our eyes closed. And we're going to just lean back a little bit. And as we close our eyes, we're going to open them slowly and see if you can place the gaze at the tip of the nose. And if that is too intense, it's too straining on the eye nerve, you can just look beyond, past the nose tip, and focus your gaze, your drishti, on something right in front of the nose tip on the floor in front of you. And just hold that there. This mantra is Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Heber Sach, Nanak Hosi Be Sach. And the translation is really, I'm going to do my best to translate it here, really is grasping the translation of what it means to pray for the truth in the beginning, the truth throughout the ages, and the truth at this moment. And the truth shall set you free. And as we listen to the mantra, we will whisper the mantra. We'll whisper it for a few minutes in a very loving way.
God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such, God Such, Heme Such, Nanak Hosi Be Such. God Such,
Inhale deeply. And you're going to hold the breath as you close the eyes and turn your tongue and press the upper palate as hard as you can. And exhale through the nose. And again, inhale. Press the tongue to the upper palate, the roof of the mouth. Press it here. And exhale. One more time, inhale. Hold the breath, squeeze the spine. That means pull up the sex organs, squeeze the navel back. Continue to press tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, and can you keep the eyelids closed and roll the eyes in and up towards the hairline. And now exhale completely. Bring the hands down. Back of the hands on the knees. Thumb and index press. Now the sound that we were chanting is between the 36 and the 38 and the 39 meridian points of the hypothalamus. And that sound is the ab-such, right? The such, the hiss. And these are the words, and these words are the power of this mantra, the power of the sound. And it is said that when mankind, or when a human gets stuck, this sound really penetrates through anything. It takes you through. Takes you through the thing. It takes you through it. And there is nothing in the universe which can stop it. And if you are stuck in poverty, delusion, confusion, that God knows whatever you can get stuck in or with, if you concentrate with this sound, nothing can stop you. And those who believe in the power of mantra are those who know the science of mantra. As first there was the sound. Inhale deeply. And exhale. This mantra will really help us as women to kind of maintain that clarity, right? That sovereignty, that dignity, and maintain a little bit of that vision of the mission of why we're here. Have a beautiful Mother's Day week, Mother's Day, and may you feel blessed, and may you be blessed, and may you walk in bliss. That now?
Such